Welcome to Joa Kirogo and Associates. My name is CPA Daniel Kirogo. Today we want to handle three tax processes, definitions and explanations. The first one is TAT, IRO and ADR. So the first one, what is TAT? Tax Appeal Tribunal. So under the Tax Appeal Tribunals Act, TAT is a forum established to hear and determine tax dispute arising under any tax law in the country. An act of parliament makes provisions for the establishment of a tribunal for the management and administration of tax appeals and connected purposes. So we have three definitions under the Tax Appeal Tribunal. The first one is what is an appeal? An appeal means that is an appeal to the tribunal against a decision of the commissioner under any tax law. The second one is who is a chairperson under the Tax Appeal Tribunals Act. The chairperson means a chairperson of the tribunal appointed under Section 4. So the third one is who is the commissioner. The commissioner is the commissioner appointed under the Kenya Revenue Authority Act. So types of the dispute handled by the TAT. You can handle an income tax dispute, value-added tax dispute, custom and excise duties dispute, pay-as-you-earn dispute, withholding tax dispute, property tax dispute, and any other tax matter. So that is definitely a small definition of what a tax appeal tribunal is. And as we had mentioned in our previous video, it is a quasi-judicial process. It is a kind of a judicial process that handles the tribunals handles tax matters, and the person who sits there, we have defined him as the chairperson. And the parties definitely which appears at the TAT is definitely the commissioner who represent the KRA and also the taxpayer. And if the dispute had gone under maybe that definition, which would be the ADR team might sit on that dispute. So let's go to the second one, which is the IRO. IRO, Independent Review of Objection. It is an unit created in KRA and tasked to review the tax and customs objections. So upon receiving an objection, the IRO seeks submissions from both parties, the taxpayers and the commissioner, and it reviews the submissions. It requests clarifications and necessary documentations, and definitely to make an independent decision. So what are the timelines? The IRO aims to issue an objection decision within 60 days as provided by the TPA Section 5. So that is what is an independent review of objection is, and it definitely IRO gives a tax decision. After the end of any objection, it will give an objection decision. So let's go to the third one and the final one, which is alternative dispute resolution. What is alternative dispute resolution? This means a voluntary facilitated mediation process of settling tax and custom disputes between the taxpayer and the commissioner outside the tax appeal or the court in the presence of the mediator or the facilitator, or the applicable upon seeking leave of the tax appeal tribunal. So under ADR, there are other terms that you get there, which is called what is an ADR agreement. An ADR agreement means an executed agreement entered into between parties and witnesses by the facilitator upon conclusion of the ADR process, upon the receipt the parties reaching to a settlement of the dispute. So that is what an ADR agreement is. And maybe something you can also mention is that the Tax Procedure Act number 29 of 2015, the TPA, provides an elaborate internal dispute resolution mechanism, IDRM. A tax dispute commences with an objection by the taxpayer to the objection made by the commissioner, that is an IRO, to an appealable decision as stipulated by the TPA 2015. The dispute terminates to an appeal at the tribunal. So what are the benefits of the ADR in dispute resolution? The first one is that it expedites resolutions of tax dispute. The second one is that it decreases the cost of tax dispute resolution associated with litigation. So once you go to the ADR process, the cost becomes a bit easier sitting at the ADR. It enhances and manages the relationship between the KRA and the taxpayer. So when you are sitting at the ADR, it will also give a cordial relationship rather than litigating through the TAT or the High Court. It improves services delivery to the taxpayer, the tax consultants and the legal advisors. It also addresses customers' concern and improves compliance. So that is what an ADR is. It is definitely when you have a dispute at the TAT, you can request the tax appeal tribunal to your matter to be heard at the ADR. It will have a facilitator who will facilitate that processes, and then the taxpayer and the commissioner can reach an agreement. And let me say that once you reach an agreement, you need to sign a form called a consent form. Once you sign that consent form, deposited at the TAT, your dispute will be resolved at that. So in case of any expound on tax matters or these terms or any dispute that you have, you can contact us through our contacts down there, and we are going to assist you on all tax disputes. Thank you very much.